The following is a podcast from a qualified senior care provider heard on the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome back, everyone. We are here with Rebecca Bomann, CEO of SASH Services. And SASH stands for Sell a Senior's Home. And we've been talking about everything that a senior, or the 8 points that seniors deserve when it comes time to selling their home. And it's really about all the things that, we have to think about as family members, as we support our loved ones. If you're a professional out there, that a realtor or even a placement advisor or anything like that, I think these are concepts that we all should subscribe to. And Rebecca, I'm so glad you're here to share it today. So we are on, believe it or not, number 5. Do you want to just quickly give us what we've covered so far?
Yes. So of the 8 things that every senior homeowner deserves in their home sale, what we've covered so far is kindness, patience, let them have decision-making, and knowledge and information. All of these, nobody should be without any of those.
Sure.
And so now we're rolling into number 5. And so what I encourage with my families, the seniors that I help, is I say, take something from the home that you love that you can have in your new place. Something that reminds you of the memories that you had in your home for all of those years, the decades you lived there. Now, there are some folks who want to take their whole house, and so that doesn't always fit.
No.
But, they have to pare down, and there's a lot of decisions of I can't take this, I can't take that. They have to leave behind their huge dining table where they had the Thanksgiving dinners. They can't bring their china anymore. What can they bring that when they're in their new apartment, when they're in their assisted living, they can see it and it warms their heart? Sure. It brings them happiness, it's comfort, it's familiarity. So a few examples of things that clients have taken is from their home is a big quilt that they made where they just hang the whole quilt on their wall in their new place. Favorite paintings, Afghans, even a small roll top desk that's been in the family and it means so much to them to keep. Spoon collections, an American flag. One gentleman I just helped in the last few months has a model car collection.
Oh, wow.
And we hauled huge china cabinets up into their little 3rd-story apartment so he could display his 150 model cars.
Oh, my word. That is incredible.
That's what he wanted, and that's what he should get.
Yeah.
And so these mementos, and so it sounds like you've had experience with this too.
We were talking about this before, and I remember exactly. My mom was all about family. We lived when we grew up in Anacortes, and we lived right on the water, and so we had we were at a boat. We were out in the water all the time, memories. And so what my cousin and I did is we went through her family photos. This is when we were getting ready to go through everything. And we actually pulled memories, pictures of, kids on a raft down at the beach. We had pictures of dinner parties that they had, that my parents would have. There was a picture I remember of my mom and dad playing the piano and organ together, and, just little things like that. Yeah. So what we did is we took a conglomeration of probably 50 pictures, 75 pictures. And we did a collage of, we just took it down and we did everything. And then we did these, these collage frames, and we just laid them out. And that whole wall in her assisted living, when she woke up, the first thing she'd do is sit up in bed, and it was right across from the foot of her bed.
I bet it brought her so much joy.
All those pictures. And it was like, she cried when she saw it. Oh, and it was a surprise when she moved in. And I think that was something that really made it special for her, because she knew every time she woke up that she was loved. And I think that's really what was the goal. And
exactly,
it was one day, but look what it gave her every single day. And those collages, even as her health digressed, and even when she was in skilled nursing, we were still able to put those collage pictures up.
Really special. You can get a puzzle made out of someone's home photo. And you can go on like Costco.com and get a blanket made of a photo. There's so many ways to make mementos, and it means so much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it seems like a small thing, but as you described, it was a really big thing for your
Huge thing
mom
for her.
and
Huge thing for her.
never worth skipping. Our number 6 thing that we believe every senior homeowner deserves in their home sale is caring advocates. And I want to say that caring advocates can be anyone.
Mhm.
It can be anyone that comes alongside the senior homeowner and is there to walk through this big step with them. If they're looking out for their well-being, it could be a neighbor, it could be someone from the church or synagogue, it could be family members, but I see a lot of family members that aren't the adult children. They're grandchildren,
Yeah.
nieces, sisters, daughter-in-law, different
Or the
folks.
adult children may not necessarily be a quote unquote caring advocate. They
Right.
might be at odds. Or, I mean, sadly,
Or absent.
yeah,
Just
or just
completely absent.
disconnected and not in living in reality either
Right.
about things. And I think sometimes that makes it more difficult for a senior because
Yes.
want to make sure that they're, in a situation where they're surrounded with people that are supporting the moves that they're making.
Exactly. And a
Mhm.
caring advocate can also be any of the professionals that the senior hires to help
Sure.
them through their process. And so
Mhm.
one of the things we really believe strongly at SASH is something I call the circle of care, which is all the professionals that are around the senior while they're going through these stages of downsizing and getting care. It could be a placement advisor, it could be a home health aide, it could be their realtor, the
Right.
downsizer. When we pay our downsizer to help pack our clients' homes, we tell them when they start to tell a story about that picture, stop and listen. That's them being the caring advocate, not saying, well, we don't
Absolutely.
have time for this. Let's just pack this box, Be
And that's
caring.
a really good question or good point to bring up because even though family members may feel like I've heard this story before, Mom, you don't need to tell me it to me again. It
Sure,
doesn't matter. I don't care if you've heard this story 20 times. This is a process.
it is.
So
And them telling those stories is part of that
part of that
transition,
process.
the
Mhm.
closure away from the home and being able to let go of all
Yeah.
those items.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So sometimes I am the only caring advocate in my client's life as
Mhm.
they're going through their home sale. There is no one. They are literally
Yeah.
completely alone in the world. And all I think is, I'm so glad it's me. I'm so glad I'm here
Yeah.
because I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for every nickel in your home sale. I'm not going to let anyone take advantage of you. And when you go through that scary day of
Sure.
settling into your new apartment, I'm going to be there with you on moving day, and you're not going to have to do this yourself. So there's a few roles that caring advocates can fill. I've got a couple here, and I know you probably have some too, is caring advocates protect the senior homeowner from being taken advantage of.
Mhm.
Really important, a second pair of eyes and ears. They protect the senior's best interests. They provide emotional support and encouragement along the way.
Mhm.
And if that's having a little cry session at the end of a packing day because it's been so emotionally draining and overwhelming, then that's it. That's what a caring
Right.
advocate allows them to do. Caring advocates bring time, energy, resources, ideas, expertise, so that the path is easier and less lonely.
Sure.
And they shouldn't be by themselves while they're going through. So just this morning, Susanna was sitting in a senior's home who's by himself. His home is falling apart around him, and he does not have anyone. His family is in California, and I'm the only one who's here in this state who can take care of him. And he looked at me and he said, "It sounds like you're going to help make this easy for me." And I said, "Yes, that's why I'm here. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I'm your realtor, but I'm your caring advocate." And I didn't use those words, but that's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Also, caring advocates can spot warning signs when the senior's physical or emotional health starts to take a real toll from the transition process, from the packing and moving, from the overwhelming nature of it. So they can kind of take a break. Let's take a breather, take a nap, have a sandwich. Let's take a week off, just regroup.
Yeah.
And finally, they can offer alternatives or pivots or ideas that are in tune with the senior's specific needs, because everyone has unique specific needs that should be listened to. And the caring advocate is picking up on those and making sure that they're being honored. in how this whole process goes.
Yeah. And, Rebecca, that caring advocate, I know that I had in many ways when I was moving my mom, my cousin came up, and I remember when we were packing up her house to sell it, and she had everything in the world in her basement in boxes, like piano recitals, programs, and, you name it.
Yeah.
The thing that was really good is that at night, I remember, after we'd gone through all this, because we were hurrying, I was able to share my thoughts that night at dinner, and she gave me the space to be able to do that, to cry. And we cried. I cried. She cried about the things that we'd let go of. Now I'm getting a little teary, but that's the thing I think that's so important, that there is that person that helps facilitate that. So that is such a valuable thing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And no senior should have a realtor that isn't also a caring advocate.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have somebody who just lists their home and that's all they do. And they just put papers in front of them to sign, and that's all they do. They should bring heart with them. They should bring care and kindness with them. Sure. They should bring a passion for making sure that seniors' interests are served, and not just going through the clinical steps of the sale.
Yeah. So Rebecca, we're almost through. We've got two more bills of right to go for. So in the meantime, how do we reach you?
Check out our website at sashservices.com, SASH services.com.
And just remind everyone, SASH Services, you serve people pretty much throughout Western Washington. Is that correct? And sometimes in Eastern Washington, depending. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
All over.
So, yes. And certainly if somebody is outside the state of Washington, you probably can connect them with someone very much across the country that can help in a similar capacity. So again, Rebecca will be back with the final 2 rights of a senior right after this.
Answers for Elders radio show with Suzanne Newman hopes you found this podcast useful in your journey of navigating senior care. Check out more podcasts like this to help you find qualified senior care experts in areas of financial, legal, health and wellness, and living options. Learn about our radio show, receive promotional discounts, and meet our experts by clicking on the banner to join the Senior Advocate Network at AnswersForEldersRadio.com. Now there is one place to find the Answers for Elders.